Hi, in this video I'm going to look at a painful version of the demonic siege. I also planned to do that in a previous video, maybe you saw it, but in the end I didn't dare to do it. So I went for the one level lower insane instead, but now I want to do painful. The insane we quite easily managed, but we didn't really have enough people on to move around. So it will be a bit of a tough, yeah. I'm not sure whether we will make the painful level. It's quite a bit tougher. But I just want to do it anyway. The difficulty is always the beginning. To get through that, for that you just need enough accounts. Doesn't really matter how strong they are, and later on you really need to have strong accounts. Besides the number, of course, but the number you probably keep. Nobody is leaving once they started. But okay, let's just see how things go. I'm not sure whether I have a lot of time to chat in the beginning, because I want to move my accounts as well. Okay, let's start with the painful. So early on it's just a matter of putting your troops somewhere, and later you have to see. I don't think there's a particular fixed pattern in there, although there are certain things that seems to be the same. Like if you got 13 in insane or lower, it's always in Fortress 1. So actually, in the previous video I mentioned about this swamp and mountain trolls, that they were slower. They actually do appear in that previous one as well. During the video I didn't see them yet, but later I had a couple, and yeah, they are indeed also slower. So that's not only something for the painful level, but at least also insane, maybe also lower levels, though I didn't remember that. Now, okay, 10 in fort. So as you can see, this is quite tough early on, and it would be very nice if we can manage without undergoing any damage. That is quite quite unlikely. Yeah, I'm not talking so much because I have to switch accounts on my other devices. Sorry about that, but yeah, it goes a long way if you have a couple of people like myself, and we do have that have several accounts that are on the start of the event, to help you minimize the damage in the first couple of waves, which is quite tough. So far, so I have one account in 1, the other I have in 3, and 2 accounts I still haven't assigned. Let's try to that is so this is so painful that somebody is going in Fort 4 now. People just don't pay attention. Oh, that is nice. Then I can move my account to Fort 1 because somebody else is going to Fort 5. And then we should have enough to take us to the first round. But yeah, it is definitely tough, going to be tough couple of rounds before we have everything covered. But yeah, early on, as I said, it's mostly a matter of just having enough accounts on, and if you can get through this without taking significant damage, if the health is still 90% after the first 5 or 6 rounds, probably you have enough accounts to get quite far, and that's the important thing, that you get quite far, you already get a lot of rewards, and whether you make it or not, yeah, that doesn't matter that much. So this is good. The more accounts we get in, the better. We do have quite some time before the first wave comes, so that's quite okay. Still people moving in Fortress 5. I just don't know what to do about that. Sorry, please, still moving in Fortress 4, of course. That's what I meant. But okay. Yeah, that's better. Let's see, what do we actually have in Fortress 5? That is strong, weak, very weak. But for now, that should be okay. That is important later as well, like what's the strength of the accounts you have there. No, I'm a bit inclined to make the switch to that one, because we get 10 there, we have 11, so we have a lot of things. So we have and what is also the problem with this painful level later on is that you just don't need to have many accounts, but it could also be that you have get 8 blue accounts to 1 tower, and that's really quite tough. Some people just don't pay attention, they just jump on and they put their account somewhere. And if we have everything covered, then it is fine. But really early on, I would really like, even though they don't stay on, I would still really like people to pay attention, because it can be a matter of taking damage in the early rounds or not if you don't have enough accounts on. But yeah, so we have a problem. But I have all my accounts already in Fortress 2, so it is quite, this is exactly the situation that which I mean, that people just don't pay attention, and that costs you some damage early on, which is totally unnecessary. And the next one is a real tough one. So actually that is a lot more than 25, so I don't know what I mean with only 25 accounts. yeah, if not enough people are moving and they move to the wrong ones, and now you see somebody going to Fortress 2, just not paying attention. Can't get. And this damage that you so we have 10, 1, and for the rest it seems a bit equally divided. 10, 4, 5, 2, 4, so that's okay. Oh yeah, this is a situation, I didn't pay attention actually, but this is a situation where you have swamp ogres that are slower that we could have caught. At this moment they are still quite weak, but normally you should definitely try to see yeah, where you can put some extra. So far the damage we did take, it's still not so much damage, a few accounts of these 15 weak ones. It's not that bad, but you really want to minimize it. And in this, yeah, this painful level, it is not so. It's much more switches, I think, which Fortress gets how many accounts, so that also makes it more difficult. You cannot just put 10 in one fort and think, okay, we just need to top that off, because you know that it was 13 on one time, this can be 10, the other time this can be 15, the other time the other one can be 10 or 8, and yeah, that makes it quite difficult. Let's move this one as well. So 8 elite ogres, I think now it's still doable, so early on that is definitely going to be a problem later on. The mountain trolls and swamp trolls are slow, but unfortunately the two big ones, and I think that's always the case, the two main ones like 15 and 8, they're not slow. We need one more. Unfortunately, the 3 accounts that I'm moving around with, all 3 are already in Fortress 5. Now I do notice that it is 2 times in Fortress 5. So should I move another account to Fortress 5 permanently? Could do that. And one fixed in. I could move one of my accounts from Forge 1 to Forge 5 permanently. Let's think about that. Next round we have relatively easy. Yeah, you just see we have one falling short here. I think I'm going to do a move. Just switching accounts in one of my other devices so that in case it is, I'm not sure, I don't think it is the case, but if it happens to be the case, that 15 is only coming to Fortress 5. Next time I have an extra account there. Can't hurt, I think. So this is looking okay. Somebody else is parking in Fort 5, so that's helping as well. Oh, now we get 15 in Fort 4. That's what I mean, at this level it is hard. Okay. LB already mentioned it, so that's fine. But yeah, that is the difficulty. You really need to have enough people on to move, and it doesn't seem that we have that at the moment. Actually, one of my accounts is getting close to being depleted, the battery. So I might have one account less to move around. But anyway, we should have this covered for this round. And then let's see what the game throws at us for the next round. That looks more... That looks like an easy round. Going to move back to Fortress 5 with a few accounts. Maybe a bit overkill the moving. But it is at this rate, it should be still fine. yeah, should you watch the remainder of this video, I'm probably going to go on until this, until we either are defeated or we have won the demonic siege, but I don't think it will be that interesting. There is not really anything different in the other rounds from what you've seen so far. As I said, I think normally when you have 10 and 8, for example, or you have, yeah, then the large amounts are never going to be slow. It's more like if you have 4, that is, at least from what I recall. Going with one account. There should be good. And maybe then I'm going to make this switch to 4-3. This is one of these things, some armies getting, this isn't display issue, but it's annoying anyway. I think I was just in time, but I kept clicking wrong. Clickety click. Next one should be relatively easy. Now the displays you that I don't see myself moving, but I can see on the other display that I am indeed moving, and I get an exception. I'm just going to a bit annoyed, just to be sure, going to start up completely. Could have tried to only open and close the demonic siege, but that might not work, and at this moment it seems I have some opportunity, some time, if the loading doesn't take too long, to do this, so that everything should be reset. That is 10, 4, 2, 5. Okay, that is also not so. Unfortunately, that didn't help. Or it is stuck again. Ah, that is just this game. This is quite bad. Restarting it completely and it's not fixed. It's actually worse than it was. It's a pity. And it's quite bad because actually I can see on my other device there are already 14 accounts in here, but you only see 10, so that's quite useless. I'm just going to see, but yeah, I can see it from my chat. Yeah, it's quite useless. Let's see how long it stays well. So let's do that. Use one of my farms. Maybe the damage we took was also already a bit worse than I thought. See, now it come down to 84 while we didn't have any damage recently. So that's probably also related to display issues. If we, no, we don't even have enough yet in Forge 5, so I'm not, yeah, can't afford to say, okay, I'm going to move my main to Forge 1, but at this rate it could be painful. What I'm actually going to do is move my main to Forge 4. Yeah, because I should have plenty of time to move there, and I want to move there anyway. Need to move there anyway. And yeah, the next round we have this 15, and for the rest it is it's not so special. You can just focus on moving 15 to Fort 4. We currently have 16 in there. Again, display issue. So could be enough, should be enough, I think, at this level. For the rest, nothing that is coming is blue. So think the next round we should be okay. Did I miss that? Oh yeah, that was the tough one. So it seems we don't have a couple of very small farms that just don't have enough strength to beat off the higher level. But yeah, couldn't really do too much about it because we didn't have enough in the main. Then there is a Fomorian, but I don't see it in my also I haven't checked. Luckily I don't have a very difficult setup next round. Okay, luckily somebody else is paying attention. The fact that yeah, things are not moving so well is really getting becoming annoying. These update issues, especially if you cannot see let's move. I should have enough everywhere. Sorry, should have enough everywhere to beat this wave. Maybe I should have moved with one more account to Fort 5, but I hope we have enough as it is. And also last round I didn't notice that, but we also didn't have enough, so we are really taking severe damage. So that is really, yeah, whenever they throw something tough at us, we cannot meet it. So this will be over pretty soon, I think, the way things are going now, or we suddenly should have significantly more accounts or more people moving around. Because at this stage, yeah, we simply don't have enough accounts. Let's look, sorry, just looking, because things are so slow here. I'm looking on my other account in too. So what do we have here? Yeah, we only have 4 big accounts. So I'm going to make a gamble and run there, where we have 8 reasonable ones coming in. Don't know if it is smart or not. Just a bit afraid of those 8 strong ones with the relatively weak accounts we have there. I just measured that based on the there are 2 getting through, so maybe I should have stayed. Difficult choices. Next round should be relatively okay. But yeah, this is a tough level. And when I have to, yeah, no, it's just tough. So we have actually already 10 in Fort 1. Quite some reasonable accounts in here. But yeah, the problem is that the last 4 are just very weak. And how much damage did we take? 8% again. A lot. This is a nicer one in the sense that we don't have any other tower to compete with. We can just put everything in there. It's just I want to check whether I should At this moment now it is often this tower we're still in number 3. I have one of my farms. Well, just want to say we never get many, but next round we do get 10. Maybe I should switch that. I'm going to switch again. We'll see. So far it has given a lot in Forge 4. And I can put another one in there. Where did we get all the damage? I'm not paying enough attention. We also had a problem. We only have 3 strong accounts here, and then it also goes. Yeah, it's really a problem. So you have to pay a lot of attention to what you have where. One master mountain troll, one. And the only thing I can do is move here when the first wave has struck. Yeah, it is at times difficult to make a video and pay attention to everything. Yeah, just don't have enough and not enough strong accounts on. This was a problem which I kind of expected, but yeah, they're just coming in from 2 sides, both loss. So in Fortress 2 we lose 7, in Fortress 4 we lose 4%. This round we should be able to keep. But yeah, we need more than 19. I don't know if people still have the energy to move. I have 4 accounts in here. 4, DJ 1, 2, 4. Yeah, people have just stopped moving. Just before we had 19 and we didn't make it, and now we have 17. I guess the energy is gone, and yeah, we're not going to make it. It's not so bad in the sense that we still got to wave 22, which is still quite good. Gives us quite some rewards, but not. We didn't make it. Oh, I didn't even. Oh yeah, that's next round 10 there. But we get, yeah. Oh, 2 is. Would have expected more. That's just the lower ones are so weak. Just the lower ones that get through. So we still get one more round. Kind of had already given up. It should actually be relatively easy, it seems. No idea why somebody is moving to fort 2. The problem is going to be fort 1, where we also have quite some weak accounts. Fort 2 with more than double of what is coming in seems one of the ones that is better covered. Maybe even fort 3 would have been better, or staying in fort 4 of course. And we have warrior trolls coming in. But okay, everybody is making their own choices. Next after this is 15 in fort 2. That is a surprise. And that is what I said, that is the tough thing about this one. Somebody moving already. I made that mistake before as well, because of the display. Yeah, I would expect that this might have been it. Let's see what's the situation in 3. Don't have very strong accounts in fort 3 either, so if fort, I think I'm going to move to my main. Is actually moving to fort 3 now. You don't see it, but it's going to fort 3. Because there we have 18 elite ogres, and the accounts in there are not going to be able to withstand those. But yeah, it is also the accounts in fort 2 are also not going to be able to withstand the 15, so we are going to get some damage. And that might very well be enough, but at least we did. I thought we would have already lost 2 waves ago. These are always the funny things like, oh, let's move from fort 5 to fort 1. Okay, maybe a bit late. You could have gone to 2 or 3. Okay, 3 coming through here, so it was definitely a good move of me to move to fort 3, but we have 80 feet. Okay, yeah, as you can see, this is indeed quite tough. Let's see, maybe we can have a look at the rewards. So we now got to we got, what is this, 2 million and a bit points. And actually, so you can see we did better than doing the insane, just slightly better. And considering the red caps, we probably didn't do better because we only had 2 red caps. But yeah, you can see, oh, actually getting to level 24 of the painful demonic siege is as good as completing the insane demonic siege. So you get roughly the same amount of reward. So it's not bad that we didn't make it. Okay, I hope this has been useful. If you haven't played the Painful Demonic Siege yet, you get an idea what's coming. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, and if you have any comments or questions, that's always much appreciated.